Yes, so today we're going to talk about the means of how we deal with people, whether it's, legit or not. So, like I was explaining to Jaw just a moment ago, you have the powers of the light, where, you'll run around with your books and you will convince people to do these, and, you'll tell them why these are bad and all that stuff. And then you have the overwhelming power of darkness, which is kind of like a code word these days. But I'll get to that in a second. So first, let's cover the light side. Now, obviously, this is for the people who don't want anything bad happening to them, potentially. So all the trusted users out there, people with only one account, like you guys, maybe. Definitely you. I see you. So, yeah, it's safe. Doing that is completely safe. You can use one of our public avatars, or you could go in the Discord and get the book assets for yourself, and just slap it on any avatar you want, You can watch the videos and learn what to tell these people, and simply explain that doing certain things is bad for this and that reasons. Yeah. And then there's other ways. Like if someone does do something bad, you could just report them. Like obviously, some of these are different than others. Like obviously not all these against like TOS. Like singing and playing music, mirrors, trapping, cross-sharing, like that's nothing, That may not be against TOS of Twitch or the game, but it is against the commandments. But you can't punish people for that in like that kind of capacity. Like they can't get banned or suspended or kicked. However, the one thing they can get punished for is the worst one, I consider, the being or looking lewd. So this is the focus. If you're going to use certain what is? Oh, none. What is he doing here? No, we're just gonna go ahead and just get rid of that one. He's not welcome here. Anyway, what was I saying? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Like I was saying, geez. So yeah, if someone does something bad like that, like obviously that's against TOS. We all know that you can't run around nude or even close to that. If we're being very specific, even if you see like the ethos of the half-naked avatars, technically they're not allowed to. Technically, they're not allowed to. So, if they do not comply, if they do not listen to reason, if they will not change avatars, or they will not go to the portal you drop them, leading to full body heaven or the Void Club or that kind of thing, well, our options are limited. And you see, I covered this a little bit on like a couple streams ago. My friend, he's like a real religious guy. He'll add someone to his friends list, and he'll take a long time trying to convince and convert people, right? He'll spend days, months, weeks, whatever. And who knows if he's successful? I don't know. But personally, I like to get the job done sooner than that. Because if we do it our way, using the amazing powers of darkness, well, it's an instant effect, right? We immediately get rid of this person so they are no longer a threat to the people around them. And more importantly, it sends them a message. And if you do it to them enough, they will maybe learn and maybe they will change their ways. So before I explain that, let me see. Yeah, the rest of these, I don't think there's a single problem with any of these that are like against TOS for the game, right? These are all good, except the being and looking lewd part. If only the furry one was outlawed. That would be nice. Anyway, so your target, again, will not comply. So it's time to take things to the next level. And that's where we have the powers of darkness. What is that? Well, think about it. Like Nura says, the power of, aka the power of blueness. What do we mean blueness? Well, yes. Maybe if your screen turns blue, that's a good hint. Maybe if your screen, yeah, yes, the forbidden powers. That's why it's the powers of darkness. See, there's a lot riding on this. It comes at a risk. Obviously that technically would be breaking TOS. However, I like to use an example that I have prepared. Right. So there is a hold on. There's a very. Okay, sure. There's a very specific person that I met the other day, or actually it was like a week or two ago. Just some generic e-thought, always half naked. I always give her the business. I have talked to this woman so many times, she will not listen to reason. She just won't budge. So obviously, there's certain things I gotta do to her, right? Now the thing is, when like if Bro was here right now, he could confirm. Like when you're talking to these people and you tell them to put clothes on, what do they do most of the time? They get more lewd, so they'll like remove more clothes. And some of these people go full blown naked. Now the second they do that, and I told them take a screenshot and make sure their name is included, because that can get them banned. It should anyway, because it's obviously against TOS. Like you can't be naked. There's like these lewd avatars are not allowed to be used in public at all. They might not even be allowed to use at all. Like at all in privates or anything. Like if that stuff is streamed or recorded or shared otherwise, technically it's not allowed, as far as I'm aware. So yeah, that's why when you go to these like secret clubs, they say no recording, no streaming, blah blah blah. Anyway, I took a picture of this idiot, right? She went completely nude, and I still have the screenshot, by the way. So I told her, I'm like, all right, enjoy your public ban. So what happens? I report it. I send it in. I use a ticket and reporter, and then I get like a few of y'all to report her, like in game. I use some of my accounts to report her in game, and then of course I send that amazing ticket with the name and screenshot proof, right? And nothing happens. Nothing happens. I have direct proof. Her name is right above her head. She is completely freaking nude, and nothing happens. So you know what that makes me feel like? It makes me feel like VRChat is not doing their job. So who's going to do it? All of us. It's our responsibility. If these lazy VRChat bastards will not moderate their own game, someone has to step in and take over. So that is where we and the powers of darkness come in. And why is this this is justified, right? Why is this so good and justified? Because there's a principle I live by. Two wrongs make a right. What she is doing is clearly wrong, and what I am doing is apparently clearly wrong. So they balance each other out. So I added her on an alt, right? Because she was stupid enough to accept the random friend request. And I clapped her and I clapped her. I must have clapped her 7 times. She kept leaving the world and complaining. She was like, well, my game keeps freezing. Well, Well, in my mind, I knew I was doing the right thing. VRChat wasn't going to step it up. They weren't going to do anything, so I had to take care of business myself. They say they're against, like, vigilantism or whatever, which is kind of like being, like, the hero or, like, a Batman kind of thing where you just take matters into your own hands. But what options do we really have here at the Crusade if they won't do their own damn job? So what I'm trying to say is that sometimes this power of light is not good enough. So we have to resort to other means. So that's why we got to do it to them, boys. We got to. We have to use all the power we have, every possible means we have to get rid of these people, because VRChat obviously is too incompetent to do it themselves. So I kept doing this to her, and I tell you what, I saw her one more time later in the week, and I'm sure some of y'all were there. You probably don't remember her name, but we immediately vote kicked her because we owned the whole lobby. There was like a whole group of us and maybe like 2 other random people. Oh yeah, and she joined. I was like, okay, kick this one, and she immediately got clapped. Ever since then, haven't seen her once. So not only did I clap her multiple times, but then she got that vote kick. Haven't seen her one time again. So she's probably rotting away in some club or the Black Cat. So what's the lesson from this? The lesson is, like, we took matters into our own hands. And yeah, hold on a second. We took matters into our own hands, and we purified someone. We cleansed the situation. Hold on a second. Hentai Master in chat says, any VRChat streamer deserves to be hanged off the second highest tree of the forest. Well, Hentai Master, I'm sorry you feel that way, buddy. But you know what? Here at the Crusade, I think we do things a little differently. I have a feeling that he's the person who just joined and I kicked. Got a feeling, but I ain't worried about it. Hentai Master, you're more than welcome to join here and talk things out with me. All these streams are always Q&As. Anyone watching stream, anyone in the this building, this lobby right here, always feel free to ask questions, because that's what we're here for. We're here to spread knowledge and awareness. So feel free. Yes. Now, this is like, I'm looking at chat, yeah, blah, 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 use the powers of darkness on streamers. The streaming thing is not, it's not part of the problem here today. That's not what we're talking about, okay? Like, that was a different video. We have, like, the do not stream video. We have, like, my promise in the about tab. And there's another video called, public lobby exceptions, which is on the other channel. TLDR. Yeah, TLDR, streamers aren't an issue if they're not around. If they don't wander publics, like we don't wander public streaming, you'll never see them, it'll never be a problem. And, like, obviously, a biggest complaint of ours is, like, the money they make from, like, donations, because they don't deserve it, they're not entitled, and there's no donate button, and there never will be. Anyway, moving on. So where we leave off, you know? We found this depraved e-thought, and we had to cleanse her. So if enough people do this to enough perpetrators, you know, of the vile, I think we'll make a difference. So we need more and more people to do this, and don't be afraid if something happens and you die in VRChat. There's always a second life and a third and a fourth and a fifth if you have the right connections. Like me, I could help you with that. I could give you the tools you need to cleanse these people. But I'm not done yet. I want to talk more about it. I'm trying to think. That was a perfect example of how to deal with these people, and, like, a good result of doing so. Hold on one second. Oh, bro is just saying he came. Don't worry, bro. You got the Twitch VOD. We'll be here for two weeks, buddy. Catch you next time. Anyway, so the powers of darkness. Even that isn't enough sometimes, you know? Some of these people have, like, safety settings. So you'll need a higher rank account to do the deed. Or, like I do, I think the most effective way is using the activist method. It's exactly what I did with the woman I just talked about. And there's two ways to do it. Like, one, you could just, like, the next day send them a random friend request from an alt while they're sleeping or something like that. Or two, my favorite thing to do, as soon as you join the lobby, you just look at the social list. And if someone's avatar looks pretty bad, like a furry or half naked, just add them. There's like a 50% chance they'll accept it. And as soon as they do, bam, you know, just end of their day, you know. And then when they come back, do it again. Maybe if enough people do that, they will learn their lesson. And I know they said there's two things, but there's a third. You could go full-blown activist and straight up pretend to be their friend. You could be like, oh, hey, I really like your avatar, you know, we should be friends. Like, he did this very well. He would deceive them completely. So they would add him, and then surely enough, the next couple seconds, they're dead. And they are no longer with us. So he did it pretty well. Hold on. Amy Ott has a question. Why a Unity man is in your world? I don't know. What's wrong with Unity man? Would you like to talk to him? Yeah, good question. Apparently they have a problem with you, man. They're asking why you're here. Yeah, get in camera and tell them all.
I'm Unity man.
Yeah, that's right, see? And there's nothing wrong with that. Unity man is allowed to be here. He is welcome. Anyway, so, what else can we cover? Now obviously you have the people who break the TOS. But that's like the extreme cases. Like, that's 100% justified. Like, there is no subjectivity to that. This is objective because VRChat has made the rules there. So whether we like it or not, it is against the rules. So if anything, we're just doing their work for them, because these people are supposed to get banned. They're supposed to get banned anyway. And that's their rules again. However, now, the rest of the stuff, again, not against the TOS, but obviously these are commandments for a reason. Now, some of these aren't as bad as others, and we've discussed this many times. Like, if a guy uses a girl model, like, he's just damaging himself more than anything. However, some of these ruin whole lobbies, and I'll use an example from yesterday, right? So, there's this, I'm not going to say his name, actually. There's this guy who goes in the pug every single Saturday, for as long as I can remember, and he'll go in the room, like, as soon as you spawn in, and you kind of look to the left. It's like the back room with, like, the booths, you know? Like, it's behind the bar. It's, like, on the opposite side of the mirror. But he dances there, right? And he plays music through his mic. And the whole lobby is watching him and dancing and singing along with him. So what do we have here? We have a whole lobby of people who can no longer be interacted with. If you try and talk to these people, you will get muted, ignored, or blocked. So this one guy every week ruins an entire lobby all by himself. So he's a problem, and we're the solution. So you know what I gotta do to him. Every single time I see him, I just kind of chill in the corner. I just wait, log in with my alt account, and then I unleash the epic powers of darkness all over him. And I keep doing it. He keeps rejoining the lobby, so I just keep doing it over and over again. And then a ton of other people fall over as well. So I did this enough at one point, it was like a month or two ago. I did this to him so many times that he actually gave up and went to another map at one point. Unfortunately, that didn't last for long because he came back to the Great Pug like a week or two later. But that says something, you know. He learned his lesson just for a little bit. So if I doubled down on that and kept putting the screws to him, he would learn. Like if it was just more than just me doing it, he would definitely learn and not come back, you know? Some of these maps we have to claim as like our territory and make sure that stuff doesn't happen. So yeah, just an example of using the powers of darkness for something good, you know? Just like Kingdom Hearts will teach you, you know? You could be a hero and use the powers of quote unquote darkness for good. Because sometimes other things won't work,
Fighting
right?
fire with fire.
Yeah, you could call it that. You could call it fighting fire with fire. I mean, when like to put it quite like I guess literally, not exactly, but closer than not. If there's someone going around clapping people, I mean, for like no reason, then maybe we could just do it to him, and then we could get rid of the problem that way. And if we do it enough, he'll give up and stop. So that's a possibility. Oh no, Doc, you did it too. Oh man, why did you do that? It's how did you do that then? If you didn't, he's posting the emote in chat. How did you? You could use subscription points. Okay, sure. I don't know anything about the Twitch thing, but anyway, sorry to interrupt. I always check for questions and then something throws me off. Thank you, Cypher. I appreciate your money. I'm sure I'll pay you back one day. But there you go, folks. That's how you do it. That's how you do it to them. It may not be legit. It might not seem like the right thing to do. But when all else fails, this is more important than anything. Enforcing these commandments. Because we know that these people are harming the community. Or, excuse me, the community. More than we are, for sure. If we only target the people who deserve it, we are fully justified. If we reduce the casualties of innocence and that kind of thing, we'll be okay. So just be careful, be responsible with it, and just use accuracy. That's a good way to put it. Now, when I say use accuracy, obviously I'm like referring to like single target stuff, because like maybe the lobby will be filled with good people, but there might be like one or two bad people. However, sometimes, and I'm gonna use this example right here, the furries. Sometimes there's a whole group of these degenerates walking around. Like they'll come into one of our maps, and there'll be like 5, 10, 15 of them. If that's the case, this group mentality takes over. Like this bandwagon thing ensues, right? It's like groupthink. There's no possible way that one or maybe two or three people can talk sense into them, because with the numbers they have this bliss power. Like even if you make sense, even if you speak pure logic to these idiots, they won't care, and they'll just laugh at you with their little friends. There's only one way to get rid of them. And so we have the powers of darkness yet again. Got to do it to them. And why? Sends them a message. Maybe they won't come back to the map again. Maybe they will learn why they're getting hit. Obviously, you could explain it to them before you do it, or not. And when I say or not, if someone's doing something that's objectively wrong, like running around nude or half naked, like you don't need to explain why you're doing it to them. Or some of these people you could see as like a guaranteed problem. And an example I come up with when I say guaranteed problem, because I'm experienced in this kind of thing, I mean the e-thoughts, okay? Like, who here has heard like these like stories of these e-girls like ruining like other games like groups and clans and guilds and that kind of thing. Like in WoW, you'll have some. No, it's true. In WoW, you'll have like one e-girl take down a whole guild of
I
people
know.
because all the officers or moderators will throw equipment and money at her, and all the dudes will fight over, and then bam, ruin. So here's what I see. Like the equivalent in this game is like I see like a visitor rank or a new user rank, like e-girl come in, right? Obviously, full voice and everything. And what do they look like? Half naked. Every freaking time. Now, does this ring any bells? Does this ring any bells to anyone here? Just some new player, some e-girl, half naked. Well, if you look at our ban list in the Discord, one of the entries has a very specific name. Let me tell you about this. I'm not going to say your name. You could go look at the ban list, but I met this person before any of y'all did. Just some random little e-girl I came across. Obviously, she was half naked, had the basic bitch voice, seemed simple. So I came up to her and I was like, hey, I did this shtick. I was like, you shouldn't look half naked. Yada, yada, yada. You shouldn't drink. This is a problem child for sure. And, she seemed to be cooperating a little bit. But little did I know that she was worse than we thought. So I brought her into the group, brought her into the Discord. Oh my god. And long story short, it didn't end so well. You know, uh someone donated her a headset and other people would, you know, slide in her DMs or attempt to anyway. We'd have guys fighting over her.
Oh
This is true.
no.
We had guys fighting over her and it just went downhill. Bro turned against bro, not actual bro, like not the guy's name, not Crash. That's not like brother against brother.
Homie turned against
So
homie.
and one of these particular brothers I've known for like 3 years at this point. He's gone. He's not coming back. He's one of the victims of this heartless harlot.
What happened to bros before hoes?
Yeah, I know, right? So yeah, this one woman came into our group and she destroyed it. You know, they were just fighting over. She got like donations, and obviously she was an OnlyFans girl, so I should have seen that as like a red flag. I should have just like put on the brakes right there and just kicked the bitch out immediately. But I didn't do that because I was like, well, maybe they deserve a better chance. But again, it didn't end up too well. Ended up ruining my own personal friend group. In addition to like the at the time what hostile gang ish kind of deal. So yeah, now that I've seen someone like that and what they can do, as soon as I see the person I described, like visitor, new user, like e-girl, half naked, I will immediately send them a friend request. I don't have to explain my actions. I don't have to tell them what or why. There's no point talking to someone like this because I know they are just some sexual deviant, some cam girl, some borderline professional e-thought. And when I say professional e-thought, I mean the ones who know what they're doing. They are actively swindling men and deceiving them. Oh, we could be friends. I don't date. Blah blah blah. Like they'll tease these men, and these men will give them money and equipment and so on and so forth. Like plenty of women in this game get their VRs and full body sets donated to them, right? So just saying, I know these people are problems, so again, I will immediately take them out. So I recommend to any of you, you see these low rank players, these low rank e-girls half naked, know that they are a plague, like they're an actual freaking like cancer, and you need to cut away this cancer from the rest of the body, being the community. These people are problematic, they are damaging to us as a whole. They are in no shape or form good. Especially like some red flags, Instagram in their bio, OnlyFans in their bio, like 18 plus, this or that. If they're just flaunting their stuff, it's not worth it. If you talk to them and like the first insults or like comments they say are sexual in nature, I can nearly guarantee that this person is not worth it. So I take the initiative when it comes to this, and I have learned my lesson. So destroy them on sight. Every single one of them. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. Don't give them a chance. They don't deserve it. Maybe if they have half a brain, they will learn that they are not wanted. They will disappear. Or maybe they'll just mend their ways and they will better themselves. But I doubt it. So again, you're fully justified, and you have my blessing if you take these creatures out. Amen. Now, I think that's about it. Um, if you have any issues with the power of light or darkness, you could feel free to contact me. You could join the Discord, click on the About tab, and click on that nice shiny picture. And it even has Discord above it. Made sure to do that because people complain. After Spoonie is like, oh, I don't see a Discord invite link. Durr. And I was like, dude, it's right there. I was like, oh. So I just put the text above it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I haven't covered. Let's see. I guess it being a little risk. Don't get caught. Be sneaky. Don't do anything stupid. Use alt accounts. A technique I like to do if you have a single target and they were dumb enough to accept your friend request. I do this on alts all the time, and I'm not making this up. I will look at them, and obviously they're going to be orbited by a group of people. I will block every single other person around them. I will block every single person in the instance until no one can see me except my target, and then I'll just sneak up from behind and then use the the stick of truth avatar I have to cleanse them. What can we say? They must be purified. Who said that? Who said that in WoW? It was like the priest in Scarlet Monastery. His name was like, was it Darian Mogreen? I don't know, but he said they must be purified. So that's what we do. That's what we do here, folks. We purify them. The wicked, the evil, the degeneracy. That's our job, and it's fun, and everyone benefits if they listen to us and we do our job effectively. So aside from that, I think you're good to go. Yeah, does anyone have any questions, comments, concerns, anything? Audience?
Yeah, when will we get more Twitch emojis?
When you guys make them.
Yeah,
There you
this is
go.
a top
We need more.
Look,
Wow.
make them. I don't.
I sub to you
me
solely.
more.
I want more emojis.
I'm not
I
subbing
don't
until
know
I get
how to make
emojis.
them. I mean,
Yeah, make
actually,
more emojis.
look, the one thing I could
If you're
do,
red or your
Tyler,
emoji, I'm not
100%
subbing.
sub.
I could just get this face, just like the other avatar's face, and just make an emote out of this, or like maybe an emote of the pages or something. Who knows? Right?
Better be a Jesus
We want
emote.
better.
No.
How
No.
about the book emote? How about the book emote?
That would be pretty cool.
Jesus.
But the picture's so small, so like what I do for like the other channel's thumbnail, I guess, or not thumbnail, but like icon, it's just like the first half of it. Or maybe it's just the first page. So you could just maybe like oh, actually, there you go. There's 4 emote ideas. One for each page. Or even one for each commandment. That's a lot of stuff, but
That's lazy.
I think, well, hello? I did not go on Twitch to make emotes, man. I did it to spread the influence, That's all. So, don't tell me I'm lazy. But yeah, I can't think of any other emotes. The face, the pages. Maybe, I think Skip did this for once. Like in our old Discord, she made these like little emotes where there was like, it said like furry and it had like a cross mark over them. Like, hold on, like one of these. Where is it? Yeah, it was like a furry and it had that over it. It was like a Nanachi, and then maybe it was like some lewd avatars that had that, some other stuff, maybe music. I don't know.
You know I can Photoshop, right? I could honestly probably make all of these.
Do we really need them? I mean, do we? I don't. I don't want people to
Yes.
sub for emotes. I want them to. I want them to sub strictly so they don't have to watch ads. That's what I'm saying. If you don't see ads, do not sub. There is no point to sub if you do not see ads. That'd be the only reason, and that's the only justification for streamers earning money. You feel me? That's how I believe it, and that's how y'all should too. And that's why there'll never be a donate button, because that's just scamming people. It's greed. I won't give into it. But, yeah. Anything on topic, at least, with the powers of light or darkness, Anything. I will say... Wait, what'd you say?
What is your opinion on that? What is your opinion on the power of blueness?
Same thing, Sometimes you just gotta do it to them. Some are stronger than others, and sometimes sacrifices must be made in the name of the crusade.
What about the creeps in VRChat?
The what?
Yeah, what about creeps and pedophiles in VRChat?
Okay, yeah, definitely.
What had you say about?
Take them out. Like if there's obviously like predators, of course people are going to want to destroy them, but they use different means. They use like advanced
My
darkness,
profession.
you know.
This is my profession right here.
Yeah, they dox and DDoS and that kind of stuff. So I have a friend who
I can
specializes in
create
that kind of
Vietnam
thing.
stories of Xbox Live. Jesus
I bet
Christ.
you could, but I mean, we don't even have to do anything because so many people take care of that already. But if you can and know how, by all means, go ahead. But I don't think the VRChat stuff is going to do anything to them. I mean, you can, but to get rid of those people, you might want to do some extra steps, if you know what I mean. And that's totally fine. But yeah, I do want to address one thing, and I almost forgot about this. I'm glad I brought it up. Someone in our Discord, his name starts with a K. He always complains about crashers. I'm not gonna say his name, but he always complains. He always like, oh, the people who crash people are like socially insecure and just a bunch of BS like that. Like, oh, well, they're weak and stuff. No, that's not it. Like maybe for some people it might be, but for us we do it for a very specific reason. The reason why we do this at all is to like solve a problem. So we're using just different methods to solve the problem. If one thing doesn't work, this other thing hopefully works. So it's not what he's thinking. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. And it's a miracle he's even still in the Discord after talking so much smack. So we'll see where that gets us. But yeah, our powers of darkness and light justified 100%. And feel free to talk to me about that, and I will prove anyone wrong. Hmm? You said something.
Objection.
Objection? As he walks
Alright.
away. You can't just yell objection and then walk away.
You're so
It's not
you're
Twitter,
kind of
you
guilty
get
of
murdered by
touching
Twitch.
mutes.
Okay. Okay, I'm glad you
Yeah.
brought that up. Okay. I covered this. What was it? I covered this a couple streams ago. What do we call it? We call it like the dynamic bones or the collider check. So it's for the people who either like cross gender or trap, or the be or look lewd people. It is one method on how to get them. Actually, it's good for the mutes too. And Kazuto will back me up because there was this mute who was in a booth who would not respond to anything else until I did stuff to him. Right? So obviously, if people will not comply or give you the response you're looking for, you could just kind of do stuff to them. Use your little grabby hands here. Unfortunately for you desktop people, it's not a possibility. But for us beautiful VR users, it is. No offense. But yeah, just, you like I said, two wrongs make a right. Don't ever forget that. That should be like the secret, like, 6th VRChat tenet. Two wrongs make a right. And that's when the whole powers of darkness thing comes in. So another aspect of that would be this collider or dynamic bone check. So you'll go up to them and kind of do that to them. Just assume there are virtual circles in my hands right now, and then they'll usually react a certain way. But it's a method to shame people. Now obviously it's not like looked upon favorably. Like even you guys give me shit for it constantly. Kazuto does it more than anyone. Like the group nearly fell apart because of that. So
I found the best way to get them to talk.
what's that?
You just run up to them and then keep asking them if they can be your mute slave.
You could do that, but then you might get blocked. Yeah, Cypher, thank you. I'll see you next time, buddy. Jaw's asking, make a Giga Chad.
Exactly.
Sure, Jaw. We'll come up with something like that. Also, Jaw, I hope you're enjoying your vacation, buddy. Yeah. Anyway, like I was saying, I know you guys think it's super questionable, especially her. She always gives me grief about it all the time. Look, it's just a way of shaming them. Like whether whether or not I enjoy it, that is not the intention. That is not the purpose. Okay. The purpose is to shame them and make them feel uncomfortable so they stop doing what they're doing. Or it makes them think, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe me as a straight man should not look like a very attractive anime girl. Because then maybe certain guys will react in a way I was not expecting. So, again, powers of darkness, but used a little differently. But I think it's a good method. It may be a little creepy to you guys, but again, I mean, aren't they being creepy? Two wrongs make a right. Prove me wrong. I could get real with this. I can get really real. You know how those e-girls always like one of their insults or reactions, like, oh, I don't even know if I could say this on Twitch, but they'll be like, oh, you're one of those kind of guys who say that it's okay if like a girl who's running around half naked gets raped. You know, you guys ever heard that one? But see, there's something to that because what they're both hypothetically doing is wrong. So let's say this does happen. I think the girl will never make that mistake again, right? I think she'd learn her she'd be taught a lesson, and obviously the sicko who did that to her would be in jail, so they'd both be punished. But let's say she never does that again. And to that I say the problem is effectively solved. However, it's not a very good way of solving it, right? Like, although we did solve the problem, it still did get solved. You feel me? You feel me? It's better than nothing, because, like, you know, say this one person, this one lady keeps going around and running around naked and no one ever does anything. So she just does it for days, weeks, months, years, and then she just scars a bunch of children on the way. So we're just saving the children. It's a sick way to look at it, but, like, the guy who did that to her, obviously not his intention probably, but potentially saved a lot of children from being exposed to that kind of thing. You know, you may not like it, but it's true. So, anytime they respond with that, just tell them what I said. Two wrongs potentially make a right. So, yeah. That just bundles in with the creepy, touchy stuff. Now, obviously, in VR, it's not that big of a deal. So, because it's just fake. You know, so your hand just goes right through your arm and that kind of thing. But yeah, that was a good question. I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you for that. See, I'm glad you guys are here, because that was a really good thing I had to cover. So thank you for that. Does anyone else have anything maybe I should mention? Maybe you? Anyone?
We get partnered by Twitch.
That's probably never gonna happen, because I need what do you need to? You need 250 followers, I think, to be partnered, and not only that, but what else do you need?
I can make it happen.
Is a real question.
I can make it
Wait,
happen.
Fen, what was your question?
When are we gonna become VRChat mods? Is the real question.
I would love that more than anything. And then I wouldn't need the powers of darkness. I could just do my job and get paid for it. Oh man, I'd love that to death. That would be beautiful. Unfortunately, I have to turn some of you all in, but you know, hey, it's nothing personal, just doing my job. Anyway, just going on, yeah, you know. No. It was just a prank. It was just a prank, alright? It's never gonna happen.
Yeah, just a prank.
It's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. Alright? Stop.
No. Nigeria's economic.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Anyway, going on about that. Yeah, that I was gonna.
Saint Nicholas.
Yeah, okay.
Give me presents on Christmas.
I was gonna say something, but I kind of forgot. Oh yeah, the partner
I
thing.
hate Niagara Falls.
Shut the hell up, okay? Look, I think I've actually met all the other requirements except this follower count. Like, I think I actually have to stream way more. You have to stream like a certain number of hours a month, which I could do. Like, if Wednesday's stream is successful, like so successful that I am going to make it Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'll easily hit partner. Mark my words. Give me like a month, I'll hit partner. Because then the followers are going to be rolling in.
Well, let's make it happen.
200 bots randomly follow
some
your
bots.
Twitch.
Don't. That gets me banned. That gets me banned. That gets me
No,
banned.
but it's randomly.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But yeah, that's...
Or randomly.
Look, the whole reason I wanted to hit affiliate is because, like, I thought that's when my VODs would become 2 months instead of 2 weeks, but I was wrong. You need partner for that. So, I goofed. So, if I knew that, I wouldn't have even cared about hitting affiliate. Because I just wanted longer VOD duration. But I put most of the stuff on the channel anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter, does it? It is what it is. But yeah, we'll worry about that later. And then maybe by then there'll be like more emotes and stuff. But hey, I need your help this Wednesday. I need your help spreading the influence, you know? Actually, anyone, any day, favorite this world, and just go to the stairwell and just drop this portal. Send them here, they'll go right up to this, and then they'll know. They'll see the message on like the map itself. They'll know when to be here, and there you go. There'll be more people in the audience. There'll be more people learning about these lovely commandments here. So yeah, just help a brother out. Just drop that portal, and everything will be good. You feel me? But yeah, I think we're about done here, folks. Unless anyone has any more questions, comments, concerns. Jaw is having a stroke in chat. Oh, John, no, John, no, you can't, John, no, John, bad, Jaw. That was bad.
Did he say the cool gamer
He said something in a certain way, so I just deleted it. Yeah, Jaw, that's bad. Shame on you, Jaw. Bad. But yeah,
Ban him.
no, I would never do that. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I think we're pretty good here. Stream's been going on for like, wow, nearly an hour. It's not supposed to go on this long, so we should wrap things up. I'll just brainstorm real quick about anything we missed. Light, darkness. We're all justified. Don't get triggered. Oh yeah, it's really fun. If you guys like PvP like I do, consider it PvP of VRChat. It's super fun, honestly. And some of these people freaking deserve it. Someone goes naked in public, they deserve it.
Professional arguments.
Yeah. I mean, you could do the arguments. That's PvP, but like if you want to take it to the next level, and just really, if like, there's only one way to really kill someone in this game.
Say the hard gamer.
That's not gonna do anything. That's not gonna do
I mean
anything.
it.
That's not gonna do anything unless they're streaming, and then there's a
It's gonna make 'em
potential there.
block you.
Well, that's not gonna help. That's not gonna help unless they're streaming, and then it might
You
help.
cut a man's tongue out, you're only proving you are scared of what he will say.
Sure.
There you go.
That's
There
only
you
for
go.
the streamers. That's only for the streamers. So we would consider that the power of darkness. Obviously, it triggers them. They get into a blind rage, and then they usually leave the world if enough people do it. Hey, it's a good method.
Nice gamer word.
Yeah, it's a good method.
Which partner in your chat?
it's a good method, okay? No, Jaw, I did not read it wrong. I read it perfectly right. But yeah, it's a good method. I mean, should we cover any more specifics? I mean, I think it's pretty broad. I think the streaming part is like the only power of darkness, like using that specific word on them, like that would be the only exception I could come up with. I don't know. Vote kick people. I don't know.